Lando?
Yes.
And you, Lando?
Kuan, Kuya Allan.
And you, Lando, survived the storm?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Allan Crawford, and I'm here basically to refute the negative publicity that charity organizations have been getting over the past little while. I just was fortunate enough to get back from the Philippines, and I saw so much positive work being done by some of the larger organizations such as UNICEF, Habitat for Humanity, amongst probably 50 other organizations. And I dug into this a lot more, and I found out that a lot of the overhead and monies that don't get directly to the people are still a very, very important part of the charity process. One of the great things that I saw on my trip across to Tacloban was UNICEF tents. This organization really stepped up the game. There was maybe 50 different organizations. I saw the logos on different companies and trucks, but what I saw was a lot of UNICEF tents housing a lot of people, feeding a lot of people. They really, really are a professional company that steps in. Habitat for Humanity, they work really hard to work with the local government and the country to acquire more land that's higher up in the hills, safer areas, to get permits to build permanent housing on land that the victims can then end up owning their own house instead of it being built on somebody else's land. Once I made it to the island, kind of nervous from all those unknowns, and I was hoping to maybe team up with a group of other volunteers just as a support network. I'd met up with another traveler that was hoping to do the same, and we rode in the back of a shuttle van for about 3 hours, and the entire journey, all you could see was devastation had happened. Yes, they'd cleaned it up a lot. A lot of the houses had patches on the roofs and tarps, but a lot of the main buildings, the schools, the roofs were completely gone. The churches, the hospitals were still in disrepair. Workers were trying to get the power lines back up in place. 3 hours of driving by houses all the way across the island. Devastation everywhere. I found out on the way that joining support networks isn't as easy as you would expect, and I found out a lot of realities about the support networks and volunteer tourism. A lot of the organizations really would rather you just send money. I mean, it's completely inefficient having somebody fly over, spending that much money, airplanes. They have to cater to these tourists. They have to train them, manage them. It's a lot of work taking care of a volunteer. And really the volunteers can kind of only go into relatively safe areas. So what I discovered is the organizations really need money. They need materials, they need supplies. A little family that I met up with and helped, they were waiting to be relocated to a new home, safer area. It could take quite a few years, but they had been helped. They'd been given food, and thank goodness. I'm really glad for anybody that's ever donated to these charities. And they started telling me stories of how their mother died and their grandmother died, and the waves and the swimming, and I got turned down by everyone I could see that may need help, so I decided I would just go and try to do something on my own.
Smile. Yeah, and that's to show me where your grandfather lives.
That is my house now broken.
Broken. So we need a roof.
Yes. Yes.
What do we need? What do we need?
Roof. Wall. Wall.
We need
I asked, is there somewhere we can get materials? And they're like, they couldn't believe it. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And big rush came over me. And next thing you know, we're at the hardware stores buying tin and plywood and nails and trying to get them what they needed.
On top of the tricycle.
For Grandpa?
Yes, for Grandpa.
These people are very humble, and they're the kind of people you want to help. It's a third world. They have it rough on a daily basis, and then they get hit by a tidal wave and a storm, and it takes out everything they have. They have unlimited labor. They need supplies. They have no money. They have no money to buy the building materials to put roofs over their house, to house their kids. So if you really want to help, send money. That's what I've learned. I couldn't maintain this. I had so many people coming up to me showing me desperate situations that emotionally I couldn't take it anymore. I got to the point where I decided I was going to help one family. It became like basically 4 houses. 2 of them were really bad. And, you know, I'd brought some toothbrushes, toothpaste, and they grabbed it like candies, the grandfather, the kids. I wish I'd brought 1,000. But it was too much saying no to everybody. I eventually had to run away. And that's where I get to the point of these organizations. They have staying power. I went in as a single show. I did get direct help to the people, but I had no staying power. I didn't have the expertise. I didn't have the backup. The biggest thing I got in return is that everything doesn't have to be perfect for you to be happy. So I brought that home with me. Real eye-opener.
Nagtanaw kang ingay, nagtalisay ang